Hey guys, today we're going to be doing the official review for the Planet Eclipse Geo 2.1 paintball marker. As you guys can see here, we have a Planet Eclipse Geo 2.1. This is the, I believe it's called the Pure Hunter Edition, and it is a silver and orange color scheme, as you can see. We're going to go through some of the details on the gun. I'm going to try to get through this as fast as possible because I don't want to waste your time. I mentioned most of these in the unboxing video, so I don't want to waste a lot of time here. But I do want to notice and just go through a couple of them. First things first is the packaging on the Planet Eclipse Geo 2.1. As you can see, it comes with a really nice hard shell case. This comes stock, okay, so you're not going to have to buy this, you know, anyplace else. This comes with the gun, which is really nice. It's got a really cool design, really nice heavy-duty zippers. You've got all kinds of padding inside with this foam. You've got all kinds of accessories that come with the gun. You have the Geo 2 parts kit, as you can see here. This has all your O-rings, your extra detents, extra springs and stuff. Also comes with some extra grip screws here, and I believe these are the same screws for the eye plates, if I'm not mistaken. But it comes with some extra one of those in case you lose them. It comes with a really nice set of ball-ended Allen keys. As you can see here, it's stored in a really nice tubular design, which is a lot more compact. It comes with one of these. These are really nice, work great, and I believe they include every Allen key you will need for your marker. Next we have the Planet Eclipse grease, as you can see there. Really nice grease, works great. And overall, the packaging is amazing. Now, a couple of things that come with it that I don't have here. One of those is the Planet Eclipse barrel sock. Really nice barrel sock, heavy duty made, and it works great, but I don't have one with me. The last thing is the Geo 2.1 manual. And the manual seriously is one of the best on the market. I don't know what you could add to this manual that it doesn't already have. It goes over every single kind of maintenance for the solenoid, for the bolt, for the regulator, for the ASA, for the eyes, for the the feed neck, how to take your ASA completely apart. Everything you ever need to know. Has a complete parts list in the back here with every screw and O-ring used. Comes with, as well as every single mode and setting on your board, and it's really easy to read. It's not confusing at all, and it shows you different I guess you could say examples of the different settings. Amazing job by Planet Eclipse. It's made out of a high quality paper. I mean, it's a thick feeling paper, gloss color, and it's completely color, photo examples, everything in the manual. Definitely the best manual out on the market in my opinion. The last few things you're gonna have is your Planet Eclipse Geo 2.1 and the shaft 4 barrel. Shaft 4 barrel is a 14-inch barrel, two-piece. It's a 689 back with a 14-inch tip. It's reverse threaded, therefore whenever you screw the barrel onto, or the tip into the front, it is reverse threaded, therefore you're not going to over tighten the tip when you're screwing the whole entire barrel onto your marker. Works fantastic and is really nice barrel. Only complaint with it is it doesn't go into a small enough size, but that's on a different, completely different video. The next thing for the Geo 2.1 is the feel. It feels really good in the hands, really nice trigger. I love the trigger design. I think it's one of the coolest looking, and it really feels great to use. I mean, you can walk the trigger really easy, and it's just overall a great feeling. I guess you could say it goes right along with the grips. The grips, or excuse me, the grip frame. The grips kind of curve into the grip frame here in the topmost portion, and therefore gives you a really nice smooth design or smooth feel. You don't have any edges up here in the top portion, and therefore it fits your hand extremely nice whether you're using gloves or not. It comes with a really nice OLED board. We'll go ahead and turn it on. It's backlit. Oops. I don't know what I did there, but go ahead and turn that on. As you can see, it's really nice backlit. You can change that backlighting to whatever color you want, and a mixture of all the primary colors to get that perfect color. As you can see, this is a red and I believe green mix, or excuse me, a red and blue mix, whatever it is. I can't remember, but really nice backlit, gives you all your settings, your shot counter, all that stuff right there on the board. It's really accessible. The Pops ASA works extremely well. If you haven't seen that, basically you push the silver button and it degasses your marker. The complete marker purges the whole entire marker, therefore you're not going to have that last shot or anything like that. To gas it up, you simply push it in and your marker's gassed up. Includes the included macro line fitting that is actually kind of recessed into the ASA, because they're really sleek feel, nothing sticking out the side, no gauges, no macro line fittings or anything like that. Goes straight up into the reg, again with another straight fitting, and is at an angle, really fits great. One thing I forgot to mention is this Exalt grip does not come with the marker, obviously. This is my personal edition. I just didn't want to take it off for the video because it can be, you know, it's there. I didn't really think about it, to be honest. So that doesn't come with it, but the rig feels great. It's got a really nice reach on it. I personally think this is one of my favorite guns as far as the feel of it. You've got a really nice forward reach to it. It's got a lot of distance here. Gives you plenty of room to wrap your hand completely around the rig however you want to do it. Whether you hold it, you know, the different ways you can hold your marker. It gives you all the room. Plus the trigger guard here, or the trigger frame, gives you a lot of room for your fingers. You're not going to have any problem with not being able to fit your fingers in the trigger guard. Even with gloves, you never have any kind of problem with walking the trigger or anything like that. Overall, it's a great feeling marker in the hands. It feels really light. We'll weigh it here in a couple of minutes here before we do the conclusion, but it feels just really nice, really balanced marker, especially when you get a 68 cubic inch tank on here and whatever hopper you use. The feed neck, again, is the standard Planet Eclipse feed neck. It is off-centered. I did not know this when I bought the marker, actually, but it is off-centered a tiny bit to the left, which I'm not sure which way that is on the video. But whenever you're looking down the barrel, or excuse me, from the back of it here, it is off-centered to the left a little bit. I've not noticed that affecting my aim at all. I guess I'm used to shooting with the feed neck like that, so it doesn't bother me. Some people it does. It's just a little bit offset and helps with the feeding of the balls into the reach. As far as weight goes, we'll go ahead and bring our scale over here, and hopefully it cancels out here. And let's see, setting at 0, okay. As you've seen, we have the battery in here. Go ahead and turn it on. Battery's in here. This is with the bolt and everything as well. And go ahead and see how much we weigh here. And it looks like it's 1 pound 14.5 ounces. So it's really a fairly light marker. I personally think it feels great as far as the weight goes, and I definitely think, you know, I can't explain how well it feels in the hands. It's just really got a kind of just sleek look to it. Feels great in the hands, and overall is an amazing looking marker in my opinion. So that is the weight. We'll go ahead and set this to the side. The maintenance on the gun is really easy to use. You simply turn the back cap here, and this pulls out your bolts and all the bolt and the internals. We're not going to do that for now. You can check out the general maintenance video in the annotation. But that's really easy to do, and it doesn't have a whole lot of O-rings in here compared to some, but it does have more than some. So it's not the easiest marker to maintain, but it's definitely not the hardest by a long shot. As far as performance goes, I've been using this for 6 to 8 weekends of play. I've yet to have any kind of problems with it. I had to take it into Planet Eclipse at PSP Phoenix one time due to the OLED board. The backlight went out, and that was simply, I'm not sure exactly what caused that, maybe just a faulty backlight. Took it into the Planet Eclipse guys. They were great, just took it right back there, fixed it. I think I waited 45 minutes and they were done, gave it back to me, and it has worked perfect ever since. I've never had a problem with the marker, and that includes any kind of maintenance, any kind of, you know, gun wouldn't shoot. I've never had to switch markers when I'm using it. I've never even needed a backup. It just performs amazingly, and I've used it in quite a bit of different play scenarios. Speedball, well, I guess you could say rec ball, as most of you guys have seen my gameplay videos, and some woods ball kind of design as well, and it performs great either way and in a lot of different conditions. Overall, my personal opinion, now again, this is my opinion, please don't, you know, get up all in arms if you don't agree with me, because this is my opinion. I think for the money it was, I believe it retailed for $12,250 retail. I think that was high, to be honest. Obviously, when it first came out, it was a huge advance into, I guess, not necessarily into the future, but a huge advance in the market. It's not quite as advanced now because obviously things keep advancing. I think at the time it was probably worth the retail, maybe a little less, because I personally don't think any gun that comes out is worth its retail value. But overall, I think the price when it came out was a little bit high. As of now, the Geo 3 is now out, and as far as the, I guess you could say, the value of it now, they're running around $800 used. I personally think that's an amazing deal. I think the Geo 2.1 is definitely worth the value it is right now, and obviously this is going to change from whenever you watch this video. I think it's worth one of the high-end markers that really deserves to be a high-end marker. Now, how it compares again to the Geo 2 or the Geo 3, I do not know. I don't own a Geo 3, so I can't compare it, or I've never even actually used one. So I'm not sure how that compares, but for the money right now, I think the Planet Eclipse Geo 2.1 is definitely a big factor still, even though the new version of the Geo 3 is out, or the Geo is out. I still think it's a big factor. I still think it's worth the money. I think it's an amazing shooting marker and all that. When it comes to shooting, again, I think it's a tiny bit louder, I guess you could say, than what I was expecting. It's definitely not loud, but it's a tiny bit noisier than I was hoping for. The smoothness of the shot is amazing. I think it's really definitely one of the smoother markers out there on the market. And so far, I'm definitely impressed. So we're going to try to give this a rating here out of 10, I guess 10 points you could say. As far as packaging goes, I really think it's a 9.5 to 10 out of 10. I don't think you can do any better than what Planet Eclipse does with their markers when it comes to packaging. When it comes to straight out of the box usage, it can be a little bit confusing with the OLED board, but once you read the manual, no problems at all. I have to give it a 9 out of 10 as far as usage straight out of the box. Looks, I give it a 10 out of 10. This is my favorite looking marker. I love the lines on it. I just really love the looks of it, even more than the Geo 3 to be quite honest. But I think it looks amazing, and their color schemes. Planet Eclipse does some of the best anodizing, and I personally am a huge fan of theirs for that. The colors are really bright, and they never have any ano wear or anything like that, at least on my markers. But I am very careful with mine. And I'm not quite, I don't beat it up as much, but still, I've never had any problem with it. It just looks really nice, and overall, I'd have to say a 10 out of 10 as far as design and looks. When it comes to shooting, I have to give it a 9 out of 10, for the reason that it's not that... It's quiet, but it's not as quiet as I was hoping. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely a lot quieter than most markers out there, but it's not comparable, I guess you could say, to some, especially the Geo 3 from videos of what I've seen. I think it's definitely a little bit louder than the Geo 3, and I think it's just could be a little bit quieter in my opinion. Smoothness, I think it's really smooth, obviously, and I went through that before. Now, one thing I didn't cover really fast before we move on is the efficiency, and the reason why I can't cover efficiency is because I fill off of scuba tanks. Therefore, my fill is never the same. I might get 3,000 the first time, I might get 2,000 a couple fills later, so I can't give you efficiency. I've never had to refill. I've never ran out of air in a game. If I top it off before a game, I've never ran out of air, so you can kind of tell what that gives you as far as efficiency. I've never had any problem with the efficiency. However, I don't know what it gets, to be quite honest, because I cannot fill to 4,500. I think that covers everything. Overall, I think if you gave it an overall rating, I have to say I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10. I really think it's a great marker. There are just a couple of things that could be improved, and hopefully the Geo 3 has improved in those. But I think it's definitely a solid 9 out of 10, if not a 9.5 out of 10, performance and all included. So overall, I definitely like the Planet Eclipse Geo 2.1. I definitely recommend it to those of you who are wondering. I think it's a great marker. You can go check out my shooting video. I'll put a link in the description, or in the annotations if I can remember. I'll also include the general maintenance videos and a couple of gameplays possibly, or you can check out my channel. If you have any questions, please let me know. The easiest way to get in contact with me is go to my Facebook page at facebook.com/myusername. My username is KNIS2ME2, or nice to me too, as you guys, those of you who can spell will realize. So you can go check out over there, leave a message either in my messages or a comment on my wall, and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. I would prefer those over comments when it comes to questions. If you're commenting on the video, leave it in the comment box below. But if you have any specific questions, leave them on my Facebook page. That way I can get back with you faster due to being able to do responses and stuff through my phone, whereas I don't have access to a computer all the time. But if you have any questions or comments about the video, leave them in the comment box below. If you have any video ideas, I would definitely appreciate if you left them there as well. Thank you guys for watching so much. Hopefully this has helped you in some way, and hopefully this has kind of just shown you what the Geo 2.1, in my opinion, is really worth. Thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.